Hello, everybody. It's Holly from Besotted Orchids. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to share with you a few new items, orchids, that I did purchase at Kingwood Gardens. They had a large sale. They were selling over 200 orchids that they had in their display. They put a big orchid display on, and they don't typically keep these in Kingwood in the greenhouses. So they sold them to the public at reduced prices. The very large dendrobiums you see over there, any of the very large ones, I spent $16 on. And the small twinkle you will see, I just gave it away. I bought a twinkle. The twinkle was $10. So really not bad pricing. And I do want to give a shout out. I did meet Julie. Please tell me I remembered your name correctly. Julie from Norwalk. She was there purchasing orchids. Good for you. I hope you enjoy them. Very, very nice. She was so nice. And I also have a new subscriber, Alicia. She did show up to purchase some orchids. So, wonderful people. I'm telling you, when you are in the orchid community, you're going to meet really, really nice people. So, I was so happy to meet a subscriber and to get a new subscriber. It was really a treat for me to meet somebody who watched my channel. So, here we go. This is Everglades Elegance. And isn't it absolutely beautiful? Very pretty. It did come with 2 spikes on it. Here's another spike over here. And you know, they're a little faded. They've been in the display for, oh my goodness, a month. And almost all of them are coming in a kokedama ball. I don't like them. I might use it for a Neophanesia falcata just because that's traditional. But even that, in my home, I do use in a clay pot. So these are going to be removed from this. They have had a little bit of moisture, not a lot, because I don't know what is inside the kokedama, which is my problem. If I can't see and feel how moist it is inside, that's not how I want to grow them. So they will be transferred over to my typical bark mixture. I'll put a video up of my bark mixture, and we'll repot a couple of these. Well, they're all going to be repotted, but I'll probably just film 1 or 2. So right here, I want to say Florida Elegance. No, Everglade Elegance. Beautiful. No scent. That's a bit of a bummer, but it is beautiful. Now over here, I really feel bad about this. There was a younger lady who had this in her hands, and all I did was comment what an absolutely beautiful and unusual orchid this was, due to, look at that, the variegation on it. And she said, oh, please, I want you to take this if you want it because I'm afraid I won't be able to take care of it. I really wish she had kept this because this, I think anybody could have grown this one. But she was uncomfortable with it. Maybe one day, maybe she's a subscriber now, and maybe one day I'll just give her a start of this. But did not come with a tag again. What it did come with, please excuse any shaking of the camera, is this extremely long spike. Very, very long spike. So, researching this on the internet, I did find that I believe it is a Brassica type. I believe these would have been the big spiders, which is great because I really enjoy them. But I'm telling you, how could you not fall in love with this? This is very, very pretty. I have never seen anything like that. So, orchid number 2. Orchid number 3 is a beautiful dendrobium. Look at that. Pure elegance. This one should have been called Elegance. And maybe it is. I don't have a name. Very, very pretty. But yesterday when I was trying to figure out the scent, and this is a dendrobium. It is not in the moss ball. It came in a typical pot, but it does have a new growth, which is wonderful. This one here, I was smelling it, and I'm like, I know that fragrance. It just, you know, you smell something, you're like, I know it. I cannot figure out where I smelled it from. It is actually something that I wear in my hair. It is a hair oil that is honeysuckle and jasmine. So this smells like honeysuckle and jasmine. I was like, oh my gosh, do I know that scent? So I went rushing into my bathroom. I got the bottle out and I'm like, yep, that is what I use in my hair. But it smells really, really pretty. So honeysuckle jasmine, no ID for this one, sadly. And I've tried Googling it. I just can't find. I find things very similar. But, you know, something will always be off. The lip, a little color in the lip, something. So maybe one day I will stumble upon, oh my goodness. I will just share this while it panned up here. These pictures, I did buy them at a thrift store. And for one reason. This picture over here to the right reminds me so much of Kingwood Gardens, where I have spent so many hours wandering around with my children and just myself enjoying everything. Kingwood Gardens is a big, beautiful brick mansion. Beautiful. And I bought that because it really did remind me of it. So over here, I did add a twinkle. I was so pleased to be able to add a twinkle. This is also in the moss ball. This one, from what I can see, is called, now I lost it, Fragrance Fantasy. Very pretty. It's very similar to the Marguerite, but different enough that I would be able to tell them apart. The Marguerite, I don't know, it has a little bit of a pink cast to the inner lip. I can't remember. But this is definitely not one that I had. So I did add to my twinkle collection. Now, we're going to zoom up here and we're going to see the very top one. And let me just show you. Oh, excuse me. I have went into my orchid bucket. I kicked it. I have a bucket full of orchid bark I'm going to be using. So let me come over here a little bit. This is so tall. In fact, I'm almost regretting purchasing it because it is so tall. But I did want to have some height. You know, with the display I use over here on the left, I need height. And I don't always want to be putting risers over there. So it is really nice to have something. And this is going to be a very long blooming orchid. The Denfowls bloom for a very long time. Let's see if I can get in there and show you this. It's very, very pretty. And 2 spikes. Once again, no name. Now, possibly when I am unpotting it, they might have tucked the tag inside the moss ball. I'm not certain. But yeah, here we go. I wanted to introduce you to the new orchids who have joined the collection. And honestly, shopping like a billionaire. I feel like I'm on Temu. I have to stop. I am running out of room. It has to stop. I have several more coming from Triton this week. And I also have an orchid show in April that I am going to want to purchase 1 or 2. I am going to try my hardest to limit myself to 2. Do you believe me? I don't know. Decide for yourselves if I am going to bring home more than 2 orchids. I am hoping to get a Solange cristata. That is on my list. And Nat did say he would bring some from Nat's Orchids. So I'm probably, if I can find a scented one, I'm hearing a lot about some of them being scented and some of them not being scented. The same plant. So I won't purchase one unless it's in bloom and I can actually smell it. So here we go. The new additions. And I met some great people this weekend at Kingwood. Thank you once again for introducing yourself, Julie. And Alicia, thank you so much for coming on board Besotted Orchids. So take care, enjoy, and above all, enjoy those orchids.